What's going on, everybody? Diddy here, and welcome to another episode of Understanding Halo 4, a series where I take one aspect of current information about Halo 4 and break it down to help provide a better understanding of what it means. In this episode, we're going to be talking about Forerunner Vision, or as it's been most recently referred to as Promethean Vision. Since its reveal in the Game Informer article, people have been really angry at the supposed, quote, X-ray vision. So let's go ahead and break this down and explain what it actually means. Before I start, though, I want to say again that this information is as of April 29th, so if you're watching this at a later date, some of this information may have changed. I will make appropriate update videos as necessary. So, this episode is also mentioning things mentioned by the Halo Council and 343 Sparkast, so if you follow those things closely, you might already know some of this information, but if you don't, hopefully I can shed some light on this stuff for you. All of my sources are linked down below, so if you want to follow along, those are there for you. So there have been games before Halo 4 that have some type of X-ray vision. Shadowrun and Gotham City Imposters, two that come to mind. On the screen right now you can see me playing Gotham City Imposters and using its targeting goggles to spot the enemy team. I can highlight enemies through walls all the way across the map. This is a huge benefit for my team, but I sacrifice the use of my weapon to bring them up. Let me be very, very clear. This is not what Promethean Vision is going to be. Frank O'Connor says very bluntly in the April 17th Sparkast that Promethean Vision has a limited range and does a sweeping sonar effect. For those of you who can't really visualize that, let me try and paint the picture for you. So here we are in Call of Duty. Now don't hate me for it, I'm just trying to illustrate a point. I'm not saying it's going to be like Call of Duty in any way. I just asked a friend of mine to help illustrate this point for y'all. The first thing I show is the motion sensor. This is the sonar effect that they're talking about. The radar sweeps out every couple seconds and shows the enemy position at that given moment. The same goes for the UAV. It shows where the enemy is on the map, but it sweeps over every couple seconds, showing the position for only a given moment. This is the sonar type of effect that Promethean Vision is supposedly going to have. It's going to be somewhat of a hybrid between these two effects that I talked about. When used, enemy players' whole body will be highlighted via a sonar effect, and it will be only limited range. You won't be able to spot somebody all the way across the map. I don't know if this will only help you or your whole team like it does in Gotham City Imposters, but either way it's definitely an effective ability. So just a few points, just an overview. It's going to be a wave pulse effect like a sonar. There's a very limited range. It doesn't show you perfect detail. It's not exactly like a wall hack from Call of Duty. I've never used it. I'm just saying, like, you can't really see through the walls. It's not going to be a perfect detail of the entire map. It's just going to be, you know, a general idea of where an enemy is. This armor ability is still being tweaked, so as they're testing it, they're making adjustments as they see fit. So what we see maybe right now, if we've seen anything, might be different from the game as it releases. So it's going to be tweaked. It's still being in the tweaking stage, so that's there for you. Also, Audible Cues we're going to be, when you're using the effect, there's going to be an audible cue for people around you to know that you're using it. Maybe an enemy player, also teammates. So there's going to be some type of audible effect when you're using the Forerunner Vision. I'm just going to call it Forerunner, Promethean, whatever I say. It's all the same thing. So there's going to be that audible cue for to let people know that you're using it. So different ways you can use this effect. Maybe you can flip it on before rushing into a high traffic area and, you know, try and get a jump on an enemy. One thing that comes to mind is on the pit from Halo 3 and Halo Reach MLG. When you're jumping from, if you're coming from the second BR long haul where the rockets usually spawn in Halo 3, and you're going to the green box, you know, the green box is usually a really high traffic area. So, you know, if I have Promethean Vision, I can just, as I'm moving, I can just flip that on real fast to make sure my flag carrier can safely go through that area. If there's an enemy coming up, I can let him know. So that's going to be really effective to help either escorting flags or spotting people before you go into a high traffic area. As I mentioned in the previous episode, armor abilities are balanced against one another, and Frank O'Connor kind of hinted at this, that Promethean Vision is not going to be the end-all be-all. You can counter it with other armor abilities. This helps me think that, you know, hey, Camo and Hologram are in Halo 4. Maybe those are going to be Promethean Vision's weakness. Once you use the camo, you can't be spotted by Promethean Vision. Holograms are going to be used as decoys also. I don't know. This is all speculation. This little section that I'm talking about right now, this is all speculation. But as armor abilities are balanced against one another, I'm willing to bet that one of these armor abilities is going to be the downfall of Promethean Vision. So that's all I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments below what you want to hear about next. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't miss an episode because I'll be covering this until the launch day of Halo 4. Definitely. And also, I want to mention one more thing before I go. This tonight, Wednesday, May 2nd, as I record this, the Halo Council will be going live with their weekly show. They're going to be talking about new stuff. Link will be down below in the description to their twitch.tv channel. I believe they go live at 7 U.S. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. I'm not entirely sure. I'll definitely have the correct time down in the description below. So if you guys want to check that out, go ahead and do that. And that's all I have for you guys today. And see you in the next episode. Keep it real.